Audio check, audio check. 1 2 1 2. Audio check, audio check. 1 2 1 2. Okay, we appear to have audio. Game should be starting in about 15 minutes, roughly 15 minutes. So we'll see. Welcome back to the Lampkin Sports Network. We're ready for game 2 for the Lampkins, game 3 overall for the regional. And this game will be between the Legend Titans and the Fort Collins Lampkins. The Titans took on Legacy at 10 o'clock this morning, and they got it over at about 1, so they had a good 3-hour something minute game. And then they had to sit for 3-4 hours. And now they're back on the field. And the Lampkins will not get much of a break, but they're going to be right back on the field for the regional final. Pitching for the Lampkins this game will be senior number 28, Jude Miller. Just getting the Lampkins lineup here. So we're going to go bare bones here. They're going to do their instructions. We're not going to have any announcements. We're not going to have a national anthem. We're just going to play ball. So we should be underway here in a second. Thanks for joining us on the Lampkin Sports Network. We're ready to bring in another exciting game with the Lampkins, looking to win the region and advance to the state playoffs. And here come the Lampkins. Pitching for the Lampkins today, number 28, Jude Miller. Pitching for the Lampkins is going to be senior left-hander, number 28, Jude Miller. Your catcher will be Griffin Campion. Max Bronson's at first base. Nathan Snyder will be your second baseman. Dylan Rubenstein will be at shortstop, and the third baseman will be Gino Macarini. In the outfield, we're going to have Caden Souders playing left field. Sean Toger will be in center. I think it's Stanovich out and right. Honestly, I can't tell from this angle. We are just about ready for some doubleheader action for the Lambkins and the Titans. They're both playing their second game of the day. Like I said, winner advances to the round of 8 or the final 8. So A lot on the line here. So leading off for Legend is going to be Jake Bibo. First pitch is going to be high for ball one. Wind just kicked up a little bit. Other than that, we're going to be sitting at about 75 degrees. And it's a beautiful Friday night for some baseball. The second pitch is going to be inside for ball two. The 2-0 pitch. Low for ball three. 3-0 is your count. And here comes the 3-1. It's going to be strike one right there. The 3-0 pitch, I should say. Now it's 3-1. We're just starting the second game. Here comes the pitch. Swung on. It's going to be hit to the right field side. It's going to be a base hit. And it gets by him out in right field. He's going to second base. So single and an error. Gets the Titans on second base. Their first runner, or the first batter. Single and an error. And this brings up Silas, is all I could hear his name. I'll try to pick it out as we go. Here comes the first pitch at the at bat. He squares the bunt, pulls it back. It's going to be in the dirt. Campion stays and gets it to stay in front of him. Nice block. Runner does not advance. And he called that a ball. Ball one. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. Squares the bunt, gets it down. It's a nice bunt. Runner's going to go to third base. He's going to be safe at first. Sacrifice bunt turned into be a
Now batting number 10.
Just a plain old good hit. So the Titans have runners on first and third, but nobody out. And number 10 steps up. Ball low for ball one. Here comes the pitch. Strike one. Runner goes. He's going to affect the throw and keep the guy at third base. So runner steals with not much resistance by the Lambkins. They didn't want that runner from third to cross home, so they let it go. The pitch was called a strike, so it's 1-1. And here comes the 1-1. Swung on, foul back, strike two. 1-2 your count. Miller's working ahead here. Got a little bit of a jam to work himself out of here in the first inning. But we're confident he can do it. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on a rip foul. It'll remain at 1-2. Turned on that ball a little bit too much. I went down the left field line. Stung it pretty good, but foul. Miller has his sign. And here comes the pitch. High and away, ball two. 2-2 your count. Miller's trying to find that zone. here comes a 2-2 pitch. High, ball 3. It's going to be a full count. Runs at full. First base is open. Not that you want to give him that, but here comes the pitch. Swinging foul tipped. It's going to remain full. Just nicked it, but got enough. And he stays alive. So runners at second and third. The payoff pitch. Low for ball 4. Walks him. Bases are loaded.
Now batting number 22, Xander Meissner.
Stepping up is their cleanup batter. Number 22, Xander is his name. Left-handed batter. The pitch is inside for ball 1. So a little bit of a jam turned into a big jam. So we have full bases are full with nobody out in the top of the first inning. And the 1-0 pitch is going to be low for ball 2. Miller can't find the zone. Can't ill afford to give up another walk here. Here comes the pitch. Strike 1. Nice pitch on the outside. He found it. Wind's swirling a little bit here. We'll see if it settles down in here in a sec. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Nice pitch there. Corners are in for play at the plate. Middle infielders are back for a double play. So if it's hit to the first or third baseman, they're coming home. The 2-2 pitch. Swung and a miss. Strike 3. Just what we needed. And that's out number 1.
Now batting number 5, Caden Krause.
Caden Krause steps up for the Titans. He's number 5. The first pitch of the at-bat is right there for strike 1. Miller's finding his confidence, finding his groove a little bit here. Bases are loaded. Nobody, or 1 down. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swung and fouled straight back for strike 2. 0-2 is your count. Miller was having a hard time finding that zone the first couple batters, but it looks like he's narrowing it down. He's getting loose. Here comes the 0-2. Strike 3. He froze him. 2 strikeouts right in a row. Thank you so much.
Now batting number 18, Maddox Stahl.
And that brings up number 18, Maddox Stahl. So 2 big strikeouts in a row with the bases loaded. And here comes the pitch. Outside ball 1. Miller's bearing down when he has to. He's a competitive guy. Very strong wrestler. Very good baseball player. He'll play baseball in junior college next year at Colby, Kansas. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's going to be outside for ball 2. 2-0 is your count. Pretty decent pitch, but not called. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. Outside ball 3. Nowhere to put him. Gonna have to work back here. The 3-0 pitch is obviously going to be a take. It's going to be Call the ball outside, ball one or ball four, and one run comes in for Legacy. Legend. I'm sorry. I'll probably call him Legacy about 50 times tonight. So
Now batting number 15.
just so you know, I know who's playing, but I always get Legacy and Legend confused because it's similar. We'll do our best. Either way, it's going to be outside for ball one. No, it looked like he was fighting it there for a second, and now he's back. Here comes the pitch. That looked really good, but it's going to be a ball. 2-0 is your count. Gonna have to get a strike here. He's thrown 6 balls in a row. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be a strike. Good job. Flying that zone, buddy. 2-1 your count. 2 out. Bases are full. And your pitch. Swing and foul off. Strike 2. So count evens up at 2-2. And let's see what happens. Lampkins could get out of the inning unscathed, or barely scathed would be nice. The 2-2 pitch is going to be swung on, hit down the first baseline and foul. Count remains 2-2. There's scoreboards right now. I don't know why I gave him 2 runs. Legacy only, or Lightning. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikes him out. Strikes out the side. And Legend gets 1 on the board. So after 1 complete, or after 1/2 of an inning, actually, going into the bottom of the first, Legend 1, 4 Collins 0. We'll be right back on the Lampkin Sports Network. Hey, we're back. Bottom of the first inning. Leading off for the Lampkins is going to be number 1, second baseman Nathan Snyder. And my quick disclaimer again, if it needs to be, I mute it between the innings so I don't pick up too much as the background music because our friends at YouTube are sensitive to blocking my video if there's too much music that they think is copyrighted that is being played on this channel. So I'll be in and out with the audio between innings. So If that bothers you, I'm sorry, but I don't want this video to get blocked. Either way, here comes the first pitch. Outside for ball one. This guy has a pretty decent fastball. Looked like he had a sharp curveball in the warm-ups. We'll see how it plays out. Snyder digs in. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Curveball, ball two. 2-0. Fort Collins needs to get a run back after giving up one in the first inning. And the pitch. Outside, ball three. Hasn't found the zone yet, but here comes 3-0, and Nathan's going to be taking. Let's see if he can pump a strike in there. And does. 3-1's your count. Good fastball. Right on the outside corner. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. High and away. Ball four. Take your base. And coming up for the Lambkins, Big Bad John Tugger. Tugger came into the day batting .508. I think he improved that after the first game. And the pitch. Swing on and fouled straight down. It was a bit of a curveball slider action. Just got a tip of it for strike one. Not a huge lead out there for Snyder. Pitch outside, ball one. 1-1's your count. The wind's blowing in. There's a bit of a breeze and it's blowing in, but Tugger has tremendous power. So if he gets a hold of one, the ball almost gets away from the first baseman. He makes a good jump to catch that from going out of play and giving up a free base for Snyder to get the second. But he made the play. That was nice. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball, high and away, ball two. Two and one's your count. And the pitch. High is ball three. Can't find the zone either. Miller struggled with finding the zone in the first half inning. And so far, Legends pitcher has followed suit. 3-1 hitter's pitch. It was high for ball four. Walked him. The appeal, they're going to say he did not swing. So 2 walks in a row. The Lambkins have runners on first and second. And that brings up the pitcher, Jude Miller. So 2 quick walks in the bottom of the first, and nobody's out. Runners on first and second. Here comes the pitch. Miller squares the bunt. He pulls it back. Had to duck for that to not hit him in the head. Ball one. Let's see if he keeps the bunt on. This guy's having a hard time finding the zone. The pitch. He called it a strike. Okay, so now I would bunt. I'm thinking he didn't want to bunt there because he wanted to see if he could throw a strike. And he did. Let's see if he lays one down here. Squares. Gets it down. It's a hard bunt. He's going to try for third base, and it's safe. Everybody's safe. He fielded it.
Now batting number 12, Dylan.
Tried to get the runner going to third base. Snyder. It was a low throw. Third baseman could not come up with it. And everybody's safe. The bases are loaded. So just like it's kind of mirror the top of the first. Bases are loaded with nobody out. In steps number 12, shortstop Dylan Rubenstein. First pitch is going to be called a strike. All infielders are in. They're coming home if anything's on the ground and they can get to it. They're coming home. The 0-1 pitch. Stung. It's going to get by. One run's in. Hooker's coming around the base. Here comes the play. The throw. They're not going to get him. It's going to be 2 runs in for the Lampkins. And Dylan Rubenstein comes through. Single between shortstop and third base hole. And the Lampkins are on the board with 2 runs. Still nobody out. Runners on first and second. And that brings up Max Bronson. Rubenstein handles the bat really well and stung that. 2 RBIs. He had a couple RBIs in the first game, too. Squares the bunt. It's high. It's going to be ball 1. So Lampkins have something brewing here in the first. The 1-0 to Bronson. He squares the bunt. Gets it down. It's a decent bunt. He's going to try to go over to first base. He makes a bad throw. It gets by him. And a run's going to score. Runners move to second and third. And there's still nobody out. Lampkins played another runner. It's 3-1. And Gino Macarini steps up. Three runs are in, nobody out. And the coach is going to come take a visit to the mound to talk to the pitcher. So the Lampkins are in business in the bottom of the first inning. When play resumes, it's going to be second and runners on second and third. Nobody out, and Gino Macarini is going to step up. The umpire breaks up the party at the pitcher's mound, and he says, "Let's go, bro. It's time for some ball." See if Macarini can stay hot. Couple hits the first game. Swing a good bat. And let's see how Legends going to play it. They're going to have everybody in again. If there's a ball on the ground, they're going to try to go to home. The first pitch to Macarini. Strike 1. No, he called the ball. Looked pretty good. Outside a little bit. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Curve ball hit up the middle, and it's going to get through. 1 run's in. Here comes the runner on third base. He's getting waved home, and the center fielder bobbles it, and he'll be in. And Bronson scores. 2 more runs for the Lampkins. So Gino Macarini comes through for 2 RBIs. And that's going to be it for the pitcher. So the Legacy's pitcher goes, he sees 6 people and doesn't get anybody out and gave up 5 runs. Great start for the Lampkins. You wonder how they're going to come at it here after they just got done with a long first game, which is kind of, they scored, Lampkins in the first game scored 10 runs in the first inning and kind of cruised a little bit, but Arapahoe was a little bit pesky and stayed kind of tough, but the Lampkins ended up putting them away, but they scored a lot of runs. It was a 19-10 ball game, Lampkins. And they're back where they're starting the second game off just like they did the first game. 5 runs are already in the first inning. Nobody out, and runner on first base. Legends' first pitcher is done. Their second pitcher looks he's a right-hander. He looks like he throws about a three-quarter delivery. A little bit of movement on that curveball. Decent fastball. And he gets one more warm-up pitch, and then we'll be back at it. Souter started the day with a 296 average. He had at least one hit in the first game, and so I'm not sure how many official bats he had the first game. Either way, he swings a good bat. Souders is a sophomore left fielder. Digs in. The first pitch. Tip foul for strike one. If Souders can get it out there, he can really run. He's a big kid, but he runs hard. He runs fast. It beans him. He just looks at that like nothing. That didn't bother him. That's going to put runners on first and second. Souders is a tough guy. He's a sophomore, but he's a solid 6'2", 220, 230 maybe. He pressed that off like nothing. And here comes a big bad Ben Hopper. Corners are in. First and third are in. First pitch is going to be a strike. No, he called it a ball. Good pitch. Called a ball. First and third baseman are on the grass. They're going to come home. Anything hit up the middle is going to be a double play. For shortstop, they're going to try to get it out in the middle of the infield and not come home. So here comes the pitch. High for ball two. 2-0 is your count. And their second pitcher here is having a little bit of difficulty hitting the zone again. And the 2-0 hits him. And Hopper brushes that off. That didn't hurt him. So he's seen two batters hit them both. And the bases are loaded. And they're going to bring the infield in again for the catcher, sophomore, number 23, Griffin Campion. You ever seen the King Kong movie when when King Kong just swats the planes up when he's standing on the Empire State Building? That's what Hopper did with that pitch. And he just swatted away, didn't feel anything. That kid's tough. The first pitch is a ball. The 1-0 pitch. Hits him. Again. He said all three batters. Man, the Lampkins have another run. And he's going to take a seat. So Legend's second pitcher sees three batters and hits all three of them, and he's done for the day. And the Lampkins have another run in, 6 across. And the bases are loaded. Nathan Snyder steps up for the second time in the inning, and there's nobody out. The Lampkins made it all the way through their lineup without making it out. This is the second game Legends played today. They got to be running a little bit short on pitchers. Well, this guy's a decent fastball. We'll see. We'll be right back on Lampkin Sports Network. And we're back. The Lampkins go through the lineup in the first inning without making it out. Scored 6 runs, and they have the bases loaded. Legend's going to be on their third pitcher of the inning. And judging by the warm-up pitch, he's having a hard time finding the zone. We'll see what happens when the game starts, but he hasn't thrown very many pitches or very many strikes in the warm-up, if that tells you anything. So in steps Nathan Snyder. He walked his first at bat and scored a run. Digs in. He should probably take a first pitch. Swinging away, though. Strike one. Snyder says, forget conventional wisdom. I'm swinging away, bro. Give me something good to hit, and I'm feasting on that. He got a little bit of wood on it, or metal on it, I guess you would say, but fouled it away. 0-1's your count. Here comes the pitch. Swing behind it. Fouled off to the right side. Strike 2. 0-2's your count. Snyder's like, I've been sitting around too long. I need to get the juices flowing here. Give me a pitch to hit here. Timeout's called. And we're going to reset. Snyder digs in. And the 0-2 pitch. High and away for ball 1. 1-2's the count. Souders is at third. Hopper's at second. And Campion's at first. Snyder at the plate for the 1-2 pitch. Curveball gets away from him. It's going to score a run. Souders is in. Everybody else moves up 90 feet. And we have 7 runs in. Obviously, it was a ball, so it's 2-2. 2-2. Runners on second and third. Nobody out. And the Lampkins are feeling pretty good. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled away to the right-hand side. The count remains 2-2. Everybody's set. The 2-2. Swung. It's going to be hit to the right-hand side. Right fielder catches the ball. Tagging up is Ben Hopper. Here comes the throw. He's going to stand up and score. He was chugging. He was chug-a-lugging. And he scores.
Number 13, Sean Toger.
So Snyder, sacrifice fly. That's the first out of the inning. Runner on third base for Sean Toger. Inside ball 1. Toger's just looking for one pitch that he can turn on. The 1-0. Good tack at it. Great swing. Fouled it away for 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch. High, ball 2. Almost got away from the catcher, but he made a good catch. Kind of threw himself at it and got it. That was about 3 feet high. 2-1's the count. Toger swinging and a miss. Strike 2. The infield is definitely in. Anything on the ground to the infield, they're throwing home. And it's 2-2 on Tugger. Pitch swung on. It's hit a mile in the air. Here comes the left fielder. Makes the catch, and he does not tag up. It wasn't deep enough.
Now batting number 28, Jude Miller.
Tugger flies out for out number 2, and that brings up Jude Miller. He punted last time, fielder's choice, and the pitcher threw it over to the third base trying to get the runner, and he didn't get him. Miller came all the way around the score. And here comes the first pitch. Swing, high fly ball, drifting foul, and out of play. 0-1's your count. 7 runs are in for the Lampkins. 8 runs, I'm sorry. I forgot to get that one on there. So, yeah. 8 runs, swing. It's going to be fouled away to the right-hand side again, 0-2. The Lampkins are rolling right along here. The 0-2 outside, ball 1. 1-2. The count to Jude Miller. Here comes the pitch. Swing hit up the middle. It's fielded by the shortstop. Thrown over to first, and he's out. That finally ends the first inning. Not before the Lampkins score 8 runs and lead after 1 inning of play. Your score for columns 8. Legend 1. We'll be right back on the Lampkin Sports Network. And we head into the second inning.
Now batting number 4, Colton Bush.
Stepping up for the Titans, Cole Brush. The first pitch. Swung on and tapped. It stays fair. Then he gets him out.
Now batting number 11, Lincoln Miley.
It looked like it was going to foul. The batter certainly thought it was going to go foul. The cameraman certainly thought it was going to go foul, but it stayed fair. Bronson fields it, takes it himself to first base, and we have 1 out quickly after 1 pitch. Umpires are going to talk to each other about that, but he calls him out. There was no doubt about that one. Yes. One down, about top of 2. Miller gets his pitch. Here it is, outside and high for ball 1. The pitch is going to be low and it gets away from the catcher. Ball 2, 2-0. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. Outside for ball 3. Don't need to lose focus here. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle for strike 1. He was taking all the way, of course. And Miller found the zone. So 3-1's your count. Here comes your 3-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled away. Ball 2, or strike 2. You're going to bring the count to full. As the wind kicks up just a tad. Miller had it 3-0, and now he's worked back to full. So good job there. The payoff pitch. High ball 4. So you lost him, but and that brings up the leadoff hitter, Bibo, who had a single the first time at bat. So runner on first base, 1 down. And the pitch. Looked good, but called a ball. Might have been inside a little bit, but that was a pretty decent pitch. Decent lead at first base. Let's zoom that out a little bit so you can see it. Swing and foul away. Right into the catcher's glove. 1-1's your count. He doesn't have a huge lead, but he has a decent lead. I don't know if the 9-hole hitter is going to steal, but you never know. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be right down the middle. Strike 2. 1-2 is the count. A beautiful day for baseball. That's turned into a beautiful night for baseball. That's it. Good day out there to play 2. The 1-2. Low and in the dirt. Runner goes to second base. He's going to get a throw, and it's going to be not in time. And he's going to be standing up at second base. So 2-2 is your count. And the pitch. Yeah, he steps off. Probably a bug flying around bothering him or something. Either way. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He struck him out for out number 2. So that brings up Silas. He's bunted. He squared the bunt for a sacrifice. It turned into a single. He placed it perfectly, and it got down to first base pretty quickly. So he's 1 for 1. The first pitch is the at bat. In there, nope, it's going to be low. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. He thought about throwing to second base, decides not to. Swing and hit very well. Going back. He has room. He makes the catch for out number 3. Stung it pretty good, but it died at the end, and that is your third out. So after 1.5, it is Fort Collins 8. Legend 1, and we'll be right back on the Lambkin Sports Network. We're back for the bottom of the second inning.
Leading off the left is number 12, Dylan Rubenstein.
Digging in for the Lambkins. Shortstop number 12, Dylan Rubenstein. He singled home 2 runs to his first at bat. So he comes in this bat 1 for 1 with 2 RBI. Lampkin's got 8 in the first half, of the bottom half of the first inning. Let's see if they can build on that. The first pitch is going to be called a strike on the outside corner. 0-1's your count. And the pitch. Bounced in the dirt for ball 1. It's hard to see with the camera when it's sunny like this because you can't really pick up the ball. When the sun goes under a cloud, you can pick it up a little bit better. The pitch swung on, hit straight up in the air, and it's going to foul. It's going to drift foul for strike number 2. Between the way the sun is and the fence, it's hard to pick up that ball, but I'll do my best to keep you up to date. Swing, strike 3's in the dirt. He's going to have to throw him out of first base, and he does. Rubenstein down on strikes. Brings up Max Bronson.
Now batting number 18, Max Bronson.
Bronson bunted this first time at bat. And everybody was safe to load the bases, so he's 0 for 0 right now. Yeah, I guess you could call it a fielder's choice bunt. Maybe he's 0 for 1. I don't know how you want to officially score that. I'm not here for that. I'm here to tell you that first pitch was a strike. Swung on, hit to the shortstop. Bobbles it, comes up throwing. Safe at first base. He beats it out. Bronson gets an infield single.
Number 2, Gino Macarini.
We're going to call that a single. I don't care what anybody says. He bobbled it. Didn't come up with it cleanly, so it could be an error, but I'm calling it a single because we're at home and we're homers. Bronson's on first base. Macarini steps up to the plate. Takes ball 1 outside. Macarini had a single in the first inning and scored 2 runs, and so he has 2 RBIs. The 1-0 pitch. Swung and a miss. Evens count at 1. Gathers himself. Bronson has a intermediate lead at first base. He's probably not going anywhere. The pitch, outside ball 2. Almost got away from the catcher, but he made a pretty athletic play to keep it from getting to the backstop. And the count is 2-1. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, hit to the left side, fielded. They're going to call it foul. It was slightly foul, but foul nonetheless. 2-2 is your count. So Macarini gets back in there. Swinging a good bat today. And the count is 2-2 with 1 down. The pitch. Outside ball 3. 3-2 is your count. Full. It is about 6 inches to a foot outside, so. Time called. There's a bird flying around. Bothering people. A menace. The bird is a menace to the baseball game today. Either way, full count. The pitch. Outside and low for ball 4. Macarini gets a walk.
Now batting number 16, Caden Souders.
And Mr. Caden Souders steps up. He was hit by a pitch last time at bat when the Lightning pitcher or the Titan pitcher hit 3 guys in a row. He was the first one to get hit. Outside, ball 1. Interesting how they're playing this. The corners are really in here for Legend. And I don't know why. The pitch is going to be out. Oh, he called it a strike. 1-1 your count. The corners are in. Like they're going to come home. Do you think they'd be at double play depth? Maybe they slip. No, they're still not taking a step back. They're on the edge of the grass. 1-1. Swung on. It's going to be hit to the third baseman. It gets through. They're going to hold him at third base. Bronson had an idea of coming home, but Coach Lane put the brakes on. And Souders singles to load the bases. And in comes Big Bad Ben Hopper. Hopper got hit by a pitch. His first at bat. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be swung on and fouled away. Strike 1. So Lamb can find themselves with bases loaded again in the bottom of the second inning. Let's see if they can push across a couple runs. There's only 1 down. And here comes the pitch to Hopper. Called for a strike. 0-2's your count. Kind of tailed at the end. And the 0-2 pitch. Curveball swung and fouled away. Stays alive. Good way to handle the bat. He was kind of fooled by the pitch, but he was able to pull the trigger enough that it's fouled off to the first base side and stay alive. The count remains 0-2. Here comes the pitch. Inside and high. Ball 1. 1-2's your count. Hopper's looking for his pitch to turn on. Here comes your 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Good pitch. And that's out number 2. That brings up Griffin Campion. I'm sorry. Campion was hit by a pitch. His first at bat. First pitch of this at bat is a strike on the outside corner. 0-1's your count. Bases are loaded. 2 down in the bottom of the second inning. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swing is fouled straight back. And if the fence wasn't there, I'd need my glove. I'd have caught that easy. Allegedly. Oh, and 2's the count. Here comes the pitch. Outside. Ball 1. Campion seeing quite a bit of playing time these first 2 games. And doing a good job. Oh, he fooled him. He called it an inside pitch for strike 3. And that's the end of the second inning. So after 2 complete, Fort Collins 8, Legend 1, and we'll be right back on the Lambkin Sports Network. And we're just about ready for the top of the third inning.
Leading off number 10, Cannon Utes.
Stepping up for the Titans is number 10, Cannon Utes, who walked his first at bat. And the first pitch is going to be swung on and fouled to the right side. They're going to give it a look. It's going to blow out for strike one. Bronson gave it a good look-see, but drifted at the end for a foul ball. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. High and away, ball one. 1-1's the count. Miller's battling out there. He doesn't have his A stuff, but his B stuff is pretty good, so he's cruising along right now. Let's see if he can continue. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be low and in the dirt. Ball 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. 3-1. I don't know if you're catching that bird flying around when he's ready to pitch, but it's driving me insane. If anybody out there wants to come down to the ballpark with a BB gun, that would be fine. Yeah, that's a swing. Oh, it's hit high. Macarini can't find it. Rubenstein sees it. And he makes the catch for out number one. It was hit a mile and a half in the air. Gino couldn't pick it up at all. I thought it was going to him maybe, but either way, Rubenstein had no problem with that. And that brings up number 22, Xander, who struck out his first at bat. First pitch is going to be swinging and fouled away for strike one. One down in the top of third. Miller looking to get in cruise control mode. It's the outside corner for strike two. Nice pitch. Perfectly placed. Right where you want it. I wouldn't give him anything to hit here. See if he goes fishing. That was a pretty good pitch, though, and he fouls it away to stay alive. Still 2 strikes and no balls. He's set and ready. Here comes the 0-2.
Now batting.
So there are 2 down. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. I have to check my audio. My audio went bad. I'm sorry. My headphones just did something weird. Swing, hit up the middle, and Rubenstein almost got to it, but didn't. Single up the middle.
Now batting number 18, Maddox Stahl.
Brings up number 18, Maddox Stahl. Runner on first base. First pitch is in there for a strike. I think my audio is okay now. If it went weird for a second, my apologies. I'll get back to the scoreboard. Swing and foul to the right. First strike two. Runner on first. 2 out. And it's an 0-2 count. Setting up on the outside. Goes over to first base. He's back very easily. He had barely anything for a lead. But he had to make him think he was thinking about him. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and stays alive. Count remains at 0-2. Get the sign. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and hit to the right side. It's going to be trouble. Nope. It hangs up in the breeze, and it's caught. It looked like it was going to be trouble at first, but it hung up in a little bit of the breeze, and it makes a routine catch out there in right field for out number 3. And after 2.5 innings, Lambkins 8, Titans 1, and we'll head to the bottom of the third. We'll be right back on the Lambkins Sports Network. And we head to the bottom of the third inning. Top of the orders is going to be stepping up. Leading off is Nathan Snyder. Comes in. He has 2 at bats, but no official at bat. He walked his first at bat, and then last at bat he had a sacrifice fly. I think he's still 0 for 0 in this game, but has made a difference. And we're ready. The pitch, outside ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, right down the middle, fouled away, and out of play. 1-1's your count. Here comes the 1-1. Fouled to the right side and out of play again. 1-2. The 1-2. Fouled away again. Snyder's staying alive. He's seen 4 pitches. Ball count remains at 1-2. And he's leading off the bottom of the third inning. Here comes the pitch. Outside for ball 2. 2-2's your count. Making him work. This will be the 7th pitch of the at bat. High, ball 3. Brings it to full. Snyder works count. Patient at bats lead to good at bats. And the full count pitch. Pretty good pitch, called for a ball. Take your base. Lampkins have a runner with nobody out. And here comes Sean Toker. Toker flew out to the right fielder his last at bat. He walked his first at bat. He's 0 for 1 in the game. Checking the runner at first base. He's back easily. There we go. And here comes the pitch. Swung on to the left side. It's going to drift foul and out of play. Oh, and 1's your count. 1 on, nobody out. Here comes the pitch. Inside, ball 2. Or, sorry, ball 1, 1-1. Getting ahead of myself here. Here goes over to first base. He's back easily. He dove, but he got back easily. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Stung to left field. It's going to be a base hit. Hit on a line for a single. And Toker has his first hit of the game.
Number 28, Jude Miller.
Jude Miller steps in with runners at first and second and nobody out. Toker got a pitch he liked on the outside half and just went with it. Solid piece of hitting. And it's Miller's turn. Here comes the first pitch of the at-bat. Squares the bunt, pulls it back for ball 1. Let's see if he... I'm sure I'll keep the bunt on. Let's see. First baseman's way in. See if he squares. He does. Gets it down, but it bounces back up and hits him for a strike. 1-1's your count. Checking the sign, see if they got the bunt still on. And we're ready. 1-1's the count. He's going to square the bunt. But he doesn't come home. He tries to pick him off at second base half-heartedly. Didn't have his whole heart into it, of course. And he squares the bunt again. Here comes the pitch. Oh, he pulls back like he was going to swing. Takes the ball. 2-1's your count. That first baseman's going to regret it if he pulls back and hits that ball. Especially if it goes right at him. Because he's way in. Miller squares the bunt again. Let's see if he pulls back. Pulls back to hit. Runners were going. Man fouled away. 2-2's your count. Well, Snyder was going. Toker was stayed at first base. He wasn't stealing. Snyder had a good jump. But he has to go back to second base. 2-2's the count. And your pitch. Maybe. Come on, you can do it. Here it comes. Swung on. It's going to be hit to the shortstop. He goes to second base for 1. Over to first base. He's going to be safe at first. Fielder's choice. Toker's out at second. Snyder is safe at third. So we have 1 out. Runners on first and third, and in steps shortstop Dylan Rubenstein. Rubenstein singled with 2 RBI and struck out. And now he was leaning. Checked the first base runner. He got back. He's a decent lead. Miller's not afraid to steal. Here comes the pitch. He's not going. Swung on and fouled straight back for strike one. Rubenstein handles the bat very well, especially for a sophomore. A lot of playing time for this guy these last 2 years. Bright future. Runner takes off, going to second base. It throws down there. He's going to be safe by not hardly even a second thought. He called it a strike, although it looked like it was a foot high. 0-2 is your count. So Rubenstein has a couple runners in scoring position for himself again. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Outside, he calls it a strike. Well, way outside. Couldn't hit that with a shovel, but he calls it a strike for strike three. That brings up first baseman Max Bronson. He had singled his last time up bat. And there are two away. Here comes the pitch. Outside. Ball one. The 1-0 pitch. Swung and fouled straight up in the air and drifts. 1-1's the count. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled to the right side and out of play. See if Bronson can come through here. 1-2's the count. Pretty good pitch, called a ball. 2-2's the count. Grumbling over there from the Legend sideline. Maybe warranted, maybe not. Either way. It's 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, stung, it's going to go. It's going to be in the gap. Lampkins are going to score 2 runs. Ball's going to go all the way to the fence. Bronson's around first. He's going in second. He's going to go for third. And he'll be in there for a stand-up triple. Great hit by Max Bronson. Plates 2 runs. And the Lampkins increase their lead 10-1. Great hit by Bronson. As the Lampkins in good shape. There are 2 away. First pitch is outside or inside for ball 1. Macarini is 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Swings and foul, tips it back. And here comes the 1-1. Fouled away. 1-2. Lampkins flexing their muscles again in this inning. See if they can push another run across. Here comes the pitch. Outside, 2-2's your count. Inside for ball 3. The count is now full. 3-2 with 2 outs. And the payoff pitch. Inside for ball 4. Macarini walks.
Number 16,
second walk in a row. Stepping up for the Lampkins, left fielders, number 16, Kane Souders. He is 1-for-1. First at bat, he was hit by a pitch. Second at bat, he hit a single to left field. And he has a chance here to drive in another run with 2 out. Runner goes. Swung on. It's going to be foul ball. Macarini had a tremendous jump. Ball is just foul for strike 1. We'll pan over there to first base to see if he goes again. Gets the lead. Here comes the pitch. He throws over there. He was leaning a little bit, but gets back. Count is 0-1. And here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 2, or ball 1, 1-1's your count. Souders can get in the gap here. He's a fast runner. Going. Throw down the second base. He's going to be safe. And Macarini's in there. Strike called on the pitch. 1-2's your count. Lampkins with runners at second and third now. And 2 down. The pitch outside. I thought he was going to swing, but lays off. Good take. 2-2's your count. Guess I can do that. There we go. Souders has ducks on the pond here. Let's see if he can bring them in. Here comes the pitch. Stings it in the gap. That'll score 2. Gets by him. Here you're going to see Souders' speed here. He's around second base. And he's going to stay. It's like he's going to stay there. He can move for a big dude. And he drives in 2 solid runs. And the Lampkins go up 12-1. So Souders stays hot. 2 RBI. And he's 2 for 2 on the day. Stepping up. Well, before that, the veteran is going to get a visit from the coach. Lampkins up 12-1. The bottom of the third, 2-out rally here has been good for him. And looks like this guy's done. He pitched as well as he could for as long as he could, but he's going to take a seat. He threw a lot of pitches. They're going to make a quick pitching change. And we'll give him a look. Looks like he's a left-hander. We'll give him a look, see what he's got, and go from there. So we'll be right back. And we're back. Bottom of 3, Lampkins have crossed forward this inning to go up 12-1. 2 outs.
Number 19, Ben.
Souders is on second base after hitting a double. And steps big bad Ben Hopper. Looking to turn on one. Left-handed pitcher. He throws High and away for ball one. Looks like a tall, lanky kind of guy. The pitcher, anyway. Hopper should probably take a pitch, see if he can throw a strike. Inside ball two, 2-0 your count. Legacy or Legends pitchers have had a hard time finding the zone today. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Swung, hit on the right side. It'll be a single. Shotters is going to come around third base. He's going to go home. Here comes the throw. It's going to be no play at the plate. And Hopper drives him in. RBI single for Ben Hopper. And the Lambkins add another run. Nice piece of hitting. Got a pitch on the outside half. Hit it to right field for a single. Scores a run. And in comes Griffin Campion. First pitch is going to be ball. 1-0 to count. Lambkins have had a heck of a rally here with 2 outs. 5 runs across in this inning. And the 1-0 pitch. Ball 2 in the dirt. 2-0 your count. Hopper on first base. He's probably not going too far. Not much of a lead. The pitch. Inside ball 3. Definitely make him throw you one here. Three-0 pitch is going to be in there for strike 1. 3-1, 2 down. Runner at first base. Here comes the pitch. Strike 2. And we have a full count. Full count, 2 outs. Hopper should be going on the pitch. And here he goes. Pitch is going to be low for ball 4. Take your base. Runners on first and second. And steps up. The leadoff hitter, Nathan Snyder. He's had a walk and a sacrifice. Couple pinch runners coming out there. Beatty's going to be your runner at first base. Caden Beatty, sophomore. Usually pitcher only. He's going to get some stretch his legs here. And Snyder's going to dig in. As soon as the umpire's ready, of course. The umpire's not ready. Now he is. And we're ready for some baseball. Here comes the first pitch of the at-bat. Going to try to get him off at second base. He's going to throw it out. Oh! He just about got by him, but shortstop made a heck of an effort to get a little bit of the glove on it and knock it down, so it didn't go all the way to center field, but paid the price there a little bit. Used all of his flexibility. And here comes the pitch. Inside, he gets away. Runners are going to advance. Thought it might have hit. Thought it might hit me on the foot, but it didn't. Everybody moves up 90 feet. Runners at second and third. 1 ball, no strikes. To Nathan Snyder. Snyder's been swinging it good today. See if he can continue his hot ways. The 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. 1-1 your count. One of the first strikes he's thrown all game. That hasn't been hit. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Down low for ball 2. 2-1 your count. Blocked it, so it saved a run. Snyder has a pretty good idea of the strike zone, so you got to throw him pretty Good pitch if you wanted to swing at it. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on. It's going to be hit down to third base. He fields it. Throws over to first base and in time for out number 3. So after 3 complete, Fort Collins 13, Legend 1. You're watching the Lampkin Sports Network, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back for the top of the 4th inning. Isaiah Berard is going to be your batter. Berard struck out his first at bat. Let's have a round of applause for Eric Sampson. He's putting in yeoman's work at the scoreboard today. Fingers are getting blistered over there. Here comes the first pitch. It's going to be low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Nice pitch. Good spot. And it evens up the count. Evens up the count at 1-1. I can talk. Here comes the pitch. A little bit high, ball 2. Count is 2-0 or 2-1. And here comes the pitch. Outside for ball 3, 3-1. Campion set up out there. He hit the mitt, but just a little bit too far outside. A little bit on the high side as well. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Swung and a miss. First strike 2. The count is full. And the pitch. Rung him. Strike 3.
Now batting number 4, Colton Brush.
The batter wasn't sure that was a strike, but it was way too close to be taken anyway. He should have swung the bat. Stepping up for Legend is Colton Brush. He hit it down the first baseline his first time at bat. He thought it was going to go foul and never did. And it was taken by Bronson for an out. And now he steps up. Its first pitch was a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 count. And the pitch swung on. It's going to be in the gap. And he's going to go for 2. And in there for a stand-up, or he slid in there. He gets a double.
Now batting number 11, Lincoln Miley.
So Brush gets a double. And that brings up Lincoln. And this guy, I believe, hit a triple last time up. Signs of life for Legend. With the runner on first or second base with 1 down. In the top of the 4th inning, down 13-1. Miller gets a sign. Here comes the pitch. Strike 1 right down the middle. Good pitch on the first one there. Work ahead. you're way ahead in the game. Just let them try to hit the ball. You got a good defense behind you. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Right, same spot, strike two. Find it in the zone right there. And the count is 0-2. Here comes the pitch. Swung on. It's going to be a solid hit to the right field. Runner's just going to go to third base. And now it gets by him. And it's going to be a single with the air and a run scored.
Now batting number 6, Jacob Funny.
Steps up as the leadoff hitter, Jacob Bibo, who is 1 for 2 on the game. He had a single and a strikeout. They tried to appeal it saying he didn't touch home, but the umpire called him safe. So we're going to run around second base, 1 down, and the leadoff batter up. Oh, he hits first in the order. It's the third batter of the inning. And here comes the pitch. On the outside corner for strike 1. Nice pitch there. Working to get some outs here. The 0-1 pitch. Swung and a miss, strike 2. Oh, and 2's the count to Jake Bibo. Something like that. Anyway, 0-2 pitch. Pounded into the dirt. It's going to be taken it by the first baseman. He'll take it himself. Bronson. Runner moves over to third base, but they're 2 away.
Now batting number 1, Silas Miley.
And that brings up Silas Miley, who had a bunt. Single his first time at bat. Here comes the pitch. Swung on. Hit to the left side. Souders is going back, drifting. Doesn't get the catch. They call it fair. And he's going to be in there for a stand-up double. Another run crosses the plate. 3 doubles in the inning. Brings the score 13-3. And Utes has walked and flew out to the shortstop. First pitch of the at-bat. Checks the runner first, but then he comes home. Pretty good pitch. Called the ball. One knows your count. Runner on second base. For some reason on the scoreboard I have him on third. Sorry. There we go. And the 1-0 pitch. Swung. Calls it not. He went around, but they didn't call it. Ball 2. 2-0's your count. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. Outside for ball 3. Time to bear down here. Get out of the inning. And here comes the 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle for strike 1. Let's just throw that same pitch again. Here comes the pitch, 3-1. It's going to be outside for ball 4.
Now batting number 22, Xander Meissner.
Xander Meissner steps up. He's struck out 2 times. And hopefully he'll make it a third here in just a second. We shall see anyway. First pitch, swung and fouled straight back for strike number one. Elevated the fastball a little bit, too hard to take, and he took a swing at it, couldn't connect. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball one. Pretty close pitch, but Campion dropped it for a second, but recovered. The runner stay at second and first. Nobody moves. And your 1-1 pitch. Swung and fouled away. Strike two. 1-2 is your count. See if we can strike him out a third time in a row. Has a sign. Comes set. And the pitch. Outside, ball two. 2-2 is your count. Not a bad spot on the 1-2 pitch. That's not a bad spot at all. See if he would go for it. He didn't. Now you bear down and get your strike here. 2-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch. A little bit low for ball three. Fills up the count. 3-2. 3-2 with two out. The runners are probably going to be on the move. Here comes the pitch. High, ball four. Runners are going to move up, but that might be his last batter. We'll see what Coach Lane does.
Now batting number 5, Keenan Krause.
See if we get a visit to the mound. I'm not sure. Coach Beetleman's going to take a slow walk out there and get whoever they're warming up sometime to get some throws in. So the bases are loaded. 2 out. Score is 13-3. Miller's pitched a pretty solid game so far. Let's see what Lampkins decide to do. And they're going to keep him in. So Beetleman give him some words of encouragement, maybe a few tips on finishing pitches, and we're ready to play. Caden Krause is your batter. First pitch is going to be a strike. Krause is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single his last at bat. And here comes your 0-1 pitch. High and away, ball one. One and one's your count. Here comes the pitch. Swung and fouled back. Strike two's your count. And Miller works ahead. Has the sign, comes set. Here comes the pitch. Looked like a good pitch, but called ball. It was inside. 2-2's your count. Batter kind of dove out of there, but it still was pretty close. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit the shortstop, and knocked down by Rubenstein. Throws over to first base, hoses him for the out. Great play by Dylan Rubenstein. Flashes the leather. Saves a run or two. And the Lampkins get out of there. Legend gets 2 across, but the score remains 13-3 at the end of the top of the 4th inning. So we're going to head to the bottom of the 4th. We'll take a quick break and be right back. New pitcher for the Legend Titans. I think it's their third pitcher. Maybe their fifth pitcher today. Right-hander. Garcia's his name. Looks like he has a little bit of life to his fastball. But he's going to be challenged right away, taking on the leadoff batter for the Lambkins, Mr. Sean Toger. Singled his last time at bat, and is 1 for 2. Or 1 for 1, I think he walked his first time out. No, 1 for 2. Curveball in there for a strike. Oh, and 1's your count. And here comes the pitch. Low ball 1-1's your count. Toker's walked, flew out, and it's singled. His fourth trip to the plate. 1-1. Low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Working his way into a hitter's count. And your pitch. Inside. It's called a strike. Pretty far inside, but he gets the benefit of the doubt. And that evened up the count of 2. And your 2-2 pitch. Curveball that went about 58 feet and bounced. And that fills up the count to full. Toger digs in. He's ready. Pitcher has a sign. The windup in the pitch. Pounded into the ground and goes foul. Stays alive. 3-2 still the count. Nobody out. Toger's first batter at the bottom of the 4th inning for the Lambkins. Up comfortably 13-3 at this point. And the pitch. Inside for ball 4. So Tugger walks. That's going to bring up Jude Miller. Miller's had a couple of fielder's choice. But he's pitched a heck of a game. Nobody out, runner on first. And the pitch is going to be inside for ball 1. Here comes the pitch. Hits down the left field side and foul. 1-1 to count. Right on it. Made decent contact, but it rolled foul. Pitch is going to be fouled again to the third base side. And on a play. 1-2's your count. And the pitch. Curveball's in there for a strike 3. Kind of a hanger, but it fooled him and struck him out. And steps to the slick fielding shortstop who just made a tremendous play. Dylan Rubenstein. 1 for 3 on the game with 2 RBI. And he's ready. The pitch. High ball 1. Rubenstein, like I said before, just a sophomore. Tremendous future here. Outside, but called a strike. 1-1's your count. Pitcher set. And the pitch. Hits him. Might have hit the bat. Hit his arm. Hit by pitch. That's going to sting. Rubenstein's going to rub some dirt on that one and he'll be fine. He's a tough guy. He'll shake that off. And Max Bronson steps up to the plate. Bronson has a single and a triple and 2 RBIs, 2 for 3 on the day, and a couple runners out there for him. One down, runners on first and second. And he comes set. Here comes the pitch. Low for ball one. Bronson swinging a hot bat. Crushed the last pitch, or the last at bat for a triple. Looks to get another good shot at it. Here comes the pitch. It's going to be swung on, hit up the middle, right to the shortstop. Out at second for one, over to first base is going to be out number 2. And out number 3 for the inning. Double play gets him out of the inning. After 4 complete. 4 Collins 13. Legend 3. And we'll be right back on the Lampkin Sports Network. Back for the top of the 5th inning. Maddox Stahl steps up to the plate. New pitcher for the Lampkins is going to be number 14, Van Worman. He threw the first game and did an effective job. And he comes in here to shut the door. 3 outs, and we have a Lampkin victory. Gets a sign. Here comes set, and here comes the pitch. In there, high ball one. And the pitch. High ball 2, 2-0. Top of 5. Lampkin's enjoying a 10-run lead. See if they can keep it that way. Outside ball 3, 3-0 is your count. And your pitch. In there for a strike. 3-1's the count. Warman, the sophomore, has a pretty lively fastball. And here comes the 3-1 pitch. Curveball. It's going to be smashed to left field. It's going to be a foul ball. Fills up the count, 3-2. Stung it pretty good, but it went foul. Digs in, gets a signal. Here comes the pitch. Swung on straight back for a foul ball. Count remains full. And the pitch. Swung on. It's going to go to left field, and Saunders is right there, but he lets it drop. He gets by him. He's going to be at least a double. Throw's coming in and stand-up double. Kind of tied him up. It was a shot right at him. He wasn't sure if he wanted to charge it or if he wanted to play it on the hop. And then the hop kind of played him, so. Nobody out. Man on second base. And here comes the pitch. Low ball one. Worman has a sign. Come set. And the pitch. In there for a strike. 1-1's the count. In the 1-1 pitch. Inside for ball 2. 2-1's your count. In the 2-1 pitch. Going to third base. High fly ball. It's going to be caught by the right fielder. He's going to have to get back to second. See if he can double him off. And he does. Double play. He was stealing on the base, or on the pitch. Could not get back in time. And what was nobody out and a runner on second base is quickly turned into 2 outs. Nobody on. And the Lampkins are not away. Nice play by the Lampkins. And here comes the pitch. Hits the glove, but called a ball. Maybe a little bit outside and high. 1-0's your count. Here comes the pitch. Outside ball. Oh, he called it a strike. 1-1's your count. And the pitch. Swung and fouled away. Strike 2. 1-2's your count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the Titans are down to the last strike. Time steps out. Warman looked like he was going to go from a stretch, and he looked like he wanted to wind up, and now he's back to the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit to the gap. Miller's flying. Saunders is there and makes the play. And out number 3. And that ends the game. Your Region 7 champions are none other than the Fort Collins Lampkins. Lampkins 10 run, score 32 runs on the day in 2 games, and win the region, heading to the final 8. Great way to end the game. We'll have a trophy ceremony here in just a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stick around for the ceremony and trophy.
And the regional champions, the Lampkins, get their trophy and celebrate. They head into the regional, into the final 8 with a 21-4 record, and we'll see what happens in the other games to see who they face. Being that it's the end of May and school is almost over, this was our last broadcast of the season. Thanks for joining us on the Lampkin Sports Network. We'll be back in the fall for football and volleyball, and look forward to seeing you then. So from all of us at the Lampkin Sports Network, in association with Nighthawk Burgundy Productions, we wish you a great night, a great summer, and we'll see you in the fall. Take care. Over and out.